Yep, you can see the slides.
Okay, good morning. My name is Janet, and I'm a health liaison librarian at James Cook University. It's lovely to be with you today at this excellent event. And I just want to share a couple of things about a research project that myself and my colleague Bronwyn Forster are working on with a professor at JCU. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge the Jabagai, the Gimoy, the Wallabara, the Yiddichi, and the Irraganji as the original peoples of this region, where the Namabata campus is situated, which is my place of work. I also extend that acknowledgement to all First Nations people around this country, and those who are here today. I pay respects to you and your people. So to begin with, I think there are a lot of benefits for librarians to be involved in research. First of all, we can personally learn and grow by upskilling and increasing our experience, but that also improves our ability to support our researchers since we have more of an understanding of complex research needs in the current environment. It can also increase the scope of our outreach. We can connect more fully and deeply with researchers by partnering with them, and also hopefully can get a little bit of more of their respect if they see us as co-researchers and collaborators. And in addition, we can also demonstrate continuing value to our institutions and align our outcomes with the Academy's strategic direction and contribute to research output. Having said that, my colleague Bronwyn and I didn't have any of those things in mind when we started out on the evolving relationship that ended up in this research project. It started out with the professor coming to me for help with his particular research project. Actually, I think it was a promotions process appointment, our first one. And then he sent a student to see me, and then some more of his HDR students, and then eventually research project groups of staff and students. He recommended all these people to come for help, particularly with systematic reviews. And then starting in 2017, the library became involved in presenting workshops and masterclasses on systematic reviews. And again, this particular academic was involved with us in presenting and running these masterclasses. And it became clear to me very quickly that this was out of the league of one person in terms of library. And the workshops going beyond health disciplines, this was when I asked my colleague Bronwyn Forster to be involved. And so after 3 years of collaborating on these workshops, 2020 hit and COVID hit, and the professor approached Bronwyn and I to contribute to an online class that he was running, a master's level class. And we started off making a series of videos, but we became essentially co-teachers in this class. We were embedded on a week-to-week basis, dialoguing with the students, and basically had a roll through from the design of research topics all the way through to the analysis of the students' interaction with resources and their feedback at the end of the class. So this marked a big difference for me, certainly, in terms of my normal teaching would be to do a guest lecture or a couple of lectures, but this was a full partnership in a class between the library and the academic in question. And due to our weekly meetings about the class, we talked about a lot of various topics. And one of the things that came up was research projects. And we sort of arrived on this idea of looking at the quality of search strategies in systematic reviews where legal and mental health issues overlapped. And we collaborated on everything from the design of the research question through to exactly how we were going to approach it and execute it. So at the moment, this is an ongoing process. We are still identifying the reviews that we're going to look at. We are designing an extension of the PRESS guidelines, which is the peer review of electronic search strategies that was originally published in 2015. we're working on an extension of that to apply to the articles that we select. And we're hoping to present the results and the recommendations in an open access journal, but not a library and information science one, but one that's more in the medical legal arena. So the benefits of this, as I say, it's ongoing, but certainly we are involved as equal partners at every stage of this. From the conception of the original research idea, we will be there all the way through to full publication. In fact, the academic has generously requested that a librarian be first author on this paper. We're receiving a very generous mentoring in academic writing and in the open access publication process. And obviously we're champions of open access as librarians, but going through the actual process of journal selection and so on is something that is new to me at any rate. It also has been a benefit for the professor because he's now had a crash course in systematic searching. And so there's been an exchange of skills and understanding. And I know for a fact that he's also been talking us up to his colleagues. So a greater appreciation, I'm hoping, in his college of the value that librarians can add, which hopefully will extend as we enter into more research collaborations. And as I say, we're hoping to publish, and hopefully this will be the first of many. So going back to my reasons why a librarian would like to research, even though we didn't set out to do it, we found out that we did actually tick all of these in this one particular project. And I will, as we go, hopefully the fruits will be published for everyone to see down the track. But certainly in the meantime, it's been a very beneficial experience, I think, on the academic and on the librarian side. Thank you very much.
What are your personal highlights from being involved in this project?
Oh, personal highlights. I think that's actually really hard because I find to pick one because I found it all to be really beneficial. But I think the general, what do I want to say? A level of confidence and understanding of that there are not limits to what I can contribute. It's getting outside the box of traditional liaison work, I think, is probably kind of sums it up.
Yep. I'll squeeze one more in. How did you find the time to do this?
I knew I was going to get that question. Yes, and it's a very good question. Now, I work part-time. I work 3 days a week. So I have been able to do some of this work on my own time. And we have a situation where some of it fits into the confines of research support within our defined work role. Some of it obviously is a little bit extra to that. And so I think we're both sort of doing a bit of a hybrid of fitting it in where it belongs and doing some for the love of it on our own time anyway, because it is an extremely interesting topic for me anyway, it is. So yes, but I appreciate it's super, super hard to fit in extra things, but it does really back up and support what we do as research supporters anyway.